SmileMore,
a show that's dedicated to bringing you some knowledge and a little twinkle to your day.
we cover topics about life, daily tips, all favorite things, with the purpose of helping to bring a smile to your face.
So if there's anybody out there wanting to turn that frown upside down, you want to shine bright like a star or a diamond, you ain't gotta worry about people being all sad in their videos, trying to make you feel all depressed, stressed, and less. Come to SmileMore. Hi y'all, I'm Lily.
I'm Shatara.
I'm Amy.
And welcome to SmileMore, and this is the showcase where we're going to showcase Amy for the wonderful talent that she has. So Amy, what do you do?
CrossFit, powerlifting, just trying to be healthy, or for an older athlete, competitive athlete.
Well, before we start, I say rewind back like 10 to 15 years with your food and weight loss journey.
You got to lay it out.
I just thought about that because like she got a real story.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start over.
No, you can just keep going.
Okay, so I guess actually when I met you, I was still a little bit overweight and bigger and not healthy. Played soccer, about 40 pounds bigger than I am now. Didn't watch what I ate. Finally decided it was time to get it together. I just turned 40, not too far. I was about 43. And so I started training for a marathon and accidentally found CrossFit by accident. And
Because she was a soccer player.
Okay.
I was a big soccer player, and I found CrossFit, and they said, come try this. And it was a women's only. We trained at 8:30 at night, and it was 12 of us. And I found it, and I'd never done anything like that in my life, lifting weights like that, any of the gymnastics, any of that. I couldn't do a pull-up, I couldn't do much. And I found out I really liked it. I was kind of had a little natural knack for the lifting, and then that evolved into going to another CrossFit gym and got my coaching certification and started coaching and started doing little local competitions. And that's really when I started, I just kind of started doing the local comps and local things, and I couldn't even do all the movements. You did some warrior
situation where it was like 10 miles and something.
I did. I did the Marine. I did a Spartan race. I did the Marine.
Okay.
I've done the Marine Corps Marathon in DC. I've done like 3 marathons, a half Iron. I did a half Ironman. And I kind of just, when I found CrossFit, I just completely shifted my thinking into that because it just really fell into my competitive nature.
Wow.
And we just over here and they're like, oh yeah, I started doing this and you look up and Amy's like, oh, I have the record in this, I got the record in this.
Amazing.
Like, wow.
It turned into just little local comps, and then we had another coach come to our gym, and he actually started coaching me and training me, and I didn't start CrossFit until I was about 45.
Okay.
And he actually started coaching me, and for 2 years we just, he every day coached me. We had one-on-one sessions, we trained together, and of course all my people I trained with were about 20, 25 years younger than me. So the kid that coached me is 22 years younger than me.
Really?
Yeah, and he worked on my technique and my skill, and so we have a thing called the CrossFit Open, and that rolled around, and that year I actually ended up in the top 100 and won 2 events worldwide that we did.
Amazing.
And then it led into competing to a huge competition in California and qualifying for that and qualifying for other ones in Austin, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and kind of making a name for myself. And then I've always been good at lifting heavy, and that kind of led into, let's get powerlifting and try and see what happens. So December 3rd, 2022, I did my first powerlifting meet and set 3 national records that day. So,
what? Wow.
Yeah, so I'm went pro.
That is amazing.
So I'm going March 25th. I'm doing a meet, and that one will qualify me if I do well. Qualify me for nationals. Hopefully, trying to break the world record for the deadlift in my age group in my class. That when I'm 5 pounds away, so that's the goal. To break that. So that's pretty much my.
That's incredible. Something that you didn't know about, so something you realize you like, and now it's more like passion.
Yeah. It does. I work with a lot of kids. I coach at the gym. I trained about 10 kids from ages 7 to about 13. Some are sport specific. Some are just their parents want them working out, so they come to me once a week. And then, like I said, I coach at the gym, CrossFit Fusion.
Okay, where's that?
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. Okay.
cross front medieval times, kind of like you get on 35, exit 66, or
Mhm.
not medieval times. Is it Scarborough Fair? Scarborough Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Across the street, like it's just right down the highway, honestly.
Well,
So it's been a fun process.
yeah, it sounds like it. And to be winning those type of awards, that's amazing.
I never expected to be doing it.
Yeah.
51. Yeah,
Yeah.
51 years old. So.
And imagine if you had started before or something
Right.
like that. How, like,
Well, growing
timing
up,
is everything.
my age, girls didn't want, when I was in school, you wanted to be about
No,
spin
true.
around. You wanted to be, so now it's completely
Mhm.
different. And I'm built to be not skinny like that, but
Yeah.
more athletic. I call it athletically built.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I went in from just working out casually to I'm putting in 2.5 hours of training and just like,
And I imagine nutrition, food, all that goes.
yeah, that was a
hand
struggle
in
with me
hand.
for a long time. Why I couldn't get my weight. I would exercise, but I still ate.
Right.
Just
That's
to
me.
I tried cauliflower rice because of her.
Yeah, really?
Okay, all right.
And so, you know, and I do still work with somebody with my nutrition now.
Okay.
And things change over time the older you get. Like, she realized I needed to get my hormones checked and stuff, and that was kind of stalemating me on losing weight and leaning. We got that straight, and that's helped a lot. So it is, I'm not disciplined enough to do my nutrition. I know that about myself, so I have to pay somebody to do my nutrition for me.
Okay.
Make me check in with her, and she gives me how, so when I'm not like getting ready specifically for a meet, this is what was different. CrossFit, you don't have to worry about your weight class. What you weigh, you just, you go do your thing. Well, powerlifting, you have to be in your weight class and you have to do a weigh-in.
Okay.
That's one of the most nerve-wracking experiences. Like,
Yeah.
But you can't have too much weight.
you don't, so my weight class, I'll put it out there, it's 181 is my group, so I can't weigh over 181 pounds. So, but the key is with this, you don't want to lose too much muscle. You want to keep
Right.
muscle. So I got to learn what a water pool, like they pull the water from your body. So you start a week before on a Sunday, I had 2 gallons of water, 1 gallon of water Monday, and it just gradually until the day before the meet, I can only have 32 ounces of water. And plus I'm taking water pills. So, but my nutrition's really strict from those 6 weeks before the meet. She tells me what to eat 6 times a day, and I follow those strict regimen too.
So eating often?
I eat
certain
6
foods often?
Yeah, she gave me what breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack.
I like that part about eating healthy. It's like you get to eat the whole day. But I know you gotta eat certain
But it's in moderation.
right.
So I don't
bites.
Like you really want some more,
Like chill,
but you can only eat a handful.
I went to the
Yeah, when I did that, I used to program my mind. When is my next snack? Is it check?
I do too. Meal prep.
Okay.
Companies that'll make for me, like I'm just busy, so it's easier for me. I'm just reaching there and grab a meal and I take it with me.
Yep.
I mean, I've had to learn. Nutrition's always been a struggle for me. Weight, like just eating. I have to be careful because there's things that'll trigger me just to like binging and eating. So it's always, I've shared it with them. It's just always been a struggle.
Yeah.
A yo-yo weight, up and down and up and down. So finally, this CrossFit kind of let me figure it out to kind of keep it stable.
Okay. What kind of injuries are posed in that kind of?
And so that's a big thing with CrossFit. It's like, the injuries, and it also depends on where your gym's at and your coaches. Our gym's real careful about watching everybody, but if you don't, sometimes a lot of people come, they don't warm up like they should. They get in there late and they don't warm up. Your shoulders from the gymnastics part of it, if you don't. Sometimes, I'll say this is probably not politically correct, but men don't listen. So they try to go maybe heavier on weights that they should, and I'm like, come on,
bring it down a notch.
They're like, oh no, but he's lifting that, and so you have to really. Their backs, a lot of times, shoulders are kind of a common injury for that.
Okay.
I go get massages pretty often just to kind of. I've had to learn the older I get, I have to do a lot more maintenance. I can't just where they go 6 days a week. I only do 5 because my body can't physically do that anymore.
Right.
So recovery is a big part I've had to learn over the last year or two. Recovery.
Yeah.
And it goes against everything in you, but
right, because you just itch for it and walk for it.
I do walks and just something like that.
Yeah.
Just doing more marathon?
Oh no.
No.
I'm done with that.
You done with soccer? You done with it?
Well, that's one day different with the powerlifting. I can't do as much cardio with it because we don't want to lose muscle. So the only cardio, I mean, I'll do CrossFit class. I jump in and do the training with that.
Cardio makes you lose muscle.
And you lose
Really?
different.
I'm thinking it sheds your fat. Like I didn't really. Your muscle?
Not so I don't say too much about muscle, but it doesn't. I'm not trying to. She puts me walking on the incline for 30 minutes on a 14 on the incline on the treadmill. Is how it's gonna go. Or she has me on the stair step or no running because it's not good for your knees and it really gets you. I don't know if I should say this on this or not, but for squatting you want a more round butt than you do a flat butt. The runner's butt, you don't want a runner's butt. You want more.
I can see that.
You want more of a. And so I can't really do a whole lot of running. I do, like I said, the elliptical machine on the high resistance or the thing, stair stepper.
Everyone hates.
Yeah, but all of that helps.
You do a good warm up and cool down? I feel like you do. Yeah.
She kind of dictates what that is. And then,
I go
to her 2 days a week and then she programs other stuff for me to do the other 3 days a week. And then I jump into CrossFit and do classes 4 times a week, or I jump in and train with my friends. I'm helping somebody get ready for a comp in 2 weeks in Austin, so I've been training with him 2 to 3 times a week, and I'll jump into class when I can, and I work out with the kiddos I train.
Yeah.
So something like
that.
Oh,
you do this? Good. I like the coaches that work out with the athletes.
Yeah, sometimes that's what this
gives you that extra little.
Yeah, like okay, if he can do it.
Instead of you just shouting or you dictating what I'm doing, but if you get in, that was the same.
When I had my first meet, a couple of my kids came out and watched
really?
me compete because I try to I have hockey players, I have soccer players, basketball players, cheerleaders, and motocross, and I try to catch all of them doing their thing. So they try to come watch me.
Support is real.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
It's fun. It's been pretty cool. They were all out there watching me do all that stuff. So.
What's the hardest part of it all?
Training or
just the whole journey?
The discipline on eating.
Okay.
And watching my news because it's so easy for me to get off track if I'm not careful. And when it comes into that 6-week window when I got to really tighten up, my husband's usually pretty good about. Can you eat that? And I get mad because he'll say something. But it's also kind of hard when your spouse doesn't do any of this stuff. So he doesn't care what he eats. He doesn't exercise. But
so you're looking at his burger.
Yeah, I'm looking at his Whataburger and I'm just like,
wow.
But but when it comes to when he knows I have to really buckle down and keep he's good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I was kind of not fun to deal with that during that week of that water cut. It was not pleasant. It was that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
I've never heard of that before.
What's the water cut?
The one where you can only cut down on the water
each day. How she broke it down to.
And it just.
I'm guessing it starts out with so much water, so you can
you have water pills.
But
Yeah, she puts you on your own water pills for like 4 of those days to pull the water off.
Wow.
And so I tell her the day I have to do the weigh-in, the day before the meet at noon. I said, "You're gonna take. I don't think I can drive." I'm like, I was just like this, and I'm like, you're going to drive me and have snacks in the car because I couldn't eat or drink talking the way in. I said, I need food and
wow. I can imagine.
And I mean, I weighed in and I was so anxious because I just knew my insecurity with weight.
Yeah.
And that made me even more anxious. And so actually came in like 7 pounds under where I needed to be.
Really?
Yeah, so we had it. I'm like, I need food now. Like, I had an apple and a Dr. Pepper, and I'm like, just take me to get real food now. So.
Yeah. Wow.
And they too, you do fasting cardio, like the fasting cardio. So I get up in the mornings before I do anything. I'm going to walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. So it burns. That's what burns the fat off your stomach and stuff.
Okay.
So that was different for me. Powerlifting and CrossFit are 2 very different things.
Wake up, first thing you do.
Cardio.
Burns fat off your stomach.
Too, the treadmills for your knees. You know,
That's why I'm
outside
not
on
running.
pavement.
That's why I'm not running.
You're just walking.
I don't run on the treadmill anymore. I do the elliptical. You can do elliptical. You can row, the stair step or whatever, as long as you're moving for 30 minutes.
Just to burn fat.
That is.
And you just started doing that with the heavy lifting. Lifestyle.
I'm actually starting a new strength cycle Monday.
Okay.
To get ready for the meeting the 25th, and so nationals will be in Vegas at the end of October and November. So that's the overall
good
goal.
time.
And then nationals, worlds is actually I think in Poland.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I mean, that's the goal. That's
Right.
the goal, to do that. So we'll see. This has been a whole different journey for me.
Yeah.
51 years old and grandma.
Right.
Yeah, it's been
How many
fun.
people can say that?
That's kind of, he's a lot of the motivation for it. Like, I
Yeah.
want him to be able to say, well, look what my grandma's doing.
Uh-huh.
Or Minnie. Look what my Minnie's doing. And
Yeah.
well, your Minnie can barely walk. Mine's over here. picking up weight
That's what I was
and
about to
that.
say. Realistically, imagine what all you can do with your grandchild versus people that are emotionally
And
obese or
but if you
just-
look, one of the biggest growing age groups for CrossFit and powerlifting, they call it masters, anything 35 and above. That's the biggest growing age group right now.
Really?
Most people, yeah. More and more people are just starting to realize they can do more. And that's kind of a misconception too. People of CrossFit, they think it's all hardcore or just go, 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 go. And you go into class and you'll see so many modifications and scaling. Not everybody's doing the same weight. Not everybody's doing the same movement. Not everybody,
Right.
If you're in there moving for an hour, so that kind of gets everybody. It's a good group atmosphere in the community aspect of it.
That's what it
Really?
seems like.
It's very community based.
Yeah.
So that's why the powerlifting is a little more individual. So I've had to kind of get used to that part of it too. It's kind of. You're in a different. You're not in a gym where you do classes with somebody. You're training your program on
Okay.
what you have to do to get ready.
Yeah. More of an individual sport, maybe.
A little more male dominated too, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
I do remember you used to like group up with someone with CrossFit. You'd be like,
I have
I'm
a
gonna do this
partner.
with this person. Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of
I get
partner
it.
comps. Powerlifting, there's not.
No.
Partner. It's just you. You get up on the platform and everybody's watching you.
Like track, I feel like.
All
you
you.
do your jumps or whatever, like it's just you and they're all watching you. But I've learned over the years how to kind of block. I can kind of zone in and do what I need to do.
Okay.
To ignore all the outside noise.
And is it different events? I'm assuming squat or power
So,
clean.
Powerlifting is a bench press, back squat, and a deadlift.
Bench press.
So you lay on the bench and you press.
Okay. What's the other one?
Back squat
Okay.
and deadlift.
So that's the.
No deadlifts where you just.
Oh, you just pick it up and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
My weight room days just.
So power cleans, power snatches, all that. That's Olympic lifting,
Okay.
and that's CrossFit more. CrossFit.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
prefer the powerlifting. I'm better at those lifts. I have more of a natural knack for that. So
Okay. Which one is your favorite?
deadlifts.
Deadlift.
Deadlifts. Yeah, I hit. Oh yeah, I love them. I think from I have big hamstrings from all the years of soccer and stuff, and so at this last meet, I hit 451.9. That was a 30-pound PR, so that was.
Wow.
I was not expecting that.
A 30 pound? Oh my gosh.
So that's what's different to it. Powerlifting, you have a handler, so you just sit there and they handle everything. They're like, let's warm you up, get you ready. All right, it's your turn to lift. I didn't even know what was on the bar. They wouldn't tell you. So they're like, no, you'll just work yourself up. So I never. I didn't even
Mental
know.
strength.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing yourself.
Yeah, and so in the first meet, I won my age group, and then I won best overall for the whole meet. So that was kind of a cool experience.
Yeah. And see, I've seen a couple of clips like I think maybe on social media of like the deadlift, and it's like that pickup and they drop it. And it's
You
like,
can't.
yeah, and just the sense of excitement when they do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's different. You gotta wear that ugly singlet. Obviously, like,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
that almost stressed me out more than
Anything else?
Yeah, but everybody else has had one on too, so it's kind of cool. And you'll have all ages at the meet. There was 12-year-olds all the way up to older. Well, actually, I think I was the oldest woman there, but there were some older men there doing it too. So it's
Okay.
kind of cool. It's interesting.
So people don't really do it past 50, I guess. Or?
Numbers go down a little bit, but things are starting to grow more, I've noticed. So it's just kind of been a whole different experience. Like I said, it's been kind of wild. So I've had some people reaching out about different things and stuff. They saw the video on social media, me doing my deadlift, and I didn't really post. I just posted it to mine, and mine's private, so I don't know other people. Yeah, so it was fun. I had a lot of people came out and supported me that day, so it was
Amazing.
It was a fun experience.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll see
like
what I
it.
can do with it. Let's see.
If somebody's trying to do deadlifting or CrossFit, what should they do? Like,
Reach out to local gym. I mean, you can just put in your search engine, put CrossFit, and they'll reach out and they'll show you. And most all CrossFit gyms have, they have like free trial classes, or they do a beginner's class for you. They just won't throw you in a class. So
Okay.
they
That's
have,
smart.
we call ours on ramp. You do 3 one-on-one sessions with a coach, and we walk you through all this stuff, and they'll keep you like. The whole point is them to keep you from doing things to hurt yourself and teach you the right technique and skill for all the movements. So,
Right.
but like, the pull-ups and stuff, you maybe see some people doing ring rows. Some of them have bands where they're helping them do it. And then you have the other ones where butterflying on them or things like that. So there's always, that's one thing I like about CrossFit. It's always, every class you go to, you'll see there's 10 people in there, and they maybe do 10 different variations of the same. But all these movements lead you to do the pull-ups or do toes to bar or do whatever.
Okay. Cool.
You're a trainer and a premium trainer. I want us to get some before and after pics too.
Okay.
How can someone get some services from you?
They can email me or reach out, text me, reach out to CrossFit Fusion, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all of that. So, and all of that. And Lily knows how to get a hold of me.
CrossFit Fusion. Okay.
CrossFit Fusion is down in Waxahachie, so it's down there. You just reach out, hook you up
Okay.
and take care of you.
Cool. Nice.
Anything else?
You got makeup? What makes you smile?
Oh, you know the answer to that. My favorite human in the whole wide world, my grandson.
Yay.
He is, oh my gosh, he's the best. He's 6 months old.
Oh, okay.
First one, only one right now, and he is the best thing ever that happened. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me, period.
Really?
Like, I can't think of anything better than, like today I woke up.
I wake up thinking about him. I go to sleep thinking about him.
I do. I have painting pictures on one wall, and I took them all down, and now it's all pictures of him. And I mean,
How sweet.
my house looks like a baby store blew up. And it just, he's like, I woke up smiling this morning because I knew I get to go get him, and he's going to spend the night with me for the first time tonight. So, yeah, he's going to be my CrossFit buddy. I said, he's my only hope. No one else does this with me. So I said, someone has to do it for me. So I bought him all the baby barbells and kettlebells.
Oh, he ready.
Oh, he is. I got it. I'll have him doing it. But they lived with us for the first 4 months that he was born, and it was stressful having a house full of people, but I got a lot of time and moments with him I wouldn't have got if they hadn't lived there. So, and when I say I'm over the top, I'm completely over the top about him. Yeah, you can see my whole demeanor.
It's something about the first one.
Yeah, and his name's Waylon Lewis Ventura. His name Lewis is after my husband. So, and then I have 2 bonus grandkids to them. His brother and sister are 11 and 12. So, Cadence and Easton. So, they're pretty cool kids too. So. One of them just had a birthday, so. But yeah, Waylon is the bestest thing in the whole wide world. I mean, kids
will do it to you.
I said, can we just skip the whole kid thing and go straight to the grandkids? Like, he's just, you don't get frazzled, you don't get stressed, you don't you just kind of, I look at him and he's over at the house and I don't think his butt touches the ground almost the whole time he's there. And I just hold on. I mean, even my husband, who's kind of grouchy sometimes, he takes him from me, and I'm like, no, give him back. And then he's trying, I'm like, let me have him. And so it's just been a really fun experience. He was born 5 days before my birthday, so.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so you even have a twin.
Yeah,
almost.
I got to be in the room when he was born, and that was really special.
Yes.
And seeing my son cut the umbilical cord and all that. That's something, I guess, what they call it, core memory or whatever. That like I'll never forget that as. But I mean, I take him with me to the gym when I can. He goes up there with me, and he gets passed around. But I've had him up there since he was 6 weeks old. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have him up here where he thinks this is part of your day. And he's coming to the meet March 25th. So that'd be fun, cool to hopefully break a record, and he'll be there to see it. So
that would.
That's why I said, how cool would that be when he gets older and he looks at these pictures, and he's with his Mimi. And, look what she did. And we'll see. So
that's exciting.
He is the best. I try to get him from daycare whenever I can because daycare's 5 minutes from my house. And so I try to just get him as much as I can.
Parents come. She's already picked him up.
Oh, I know. Like, she already got him. They don't even check my ID. They're like, Waylon's Mimi's here. So But yeah, I've gone and we're setting up his own room in our house, and
Yeah.
we're doing the backyard for him, and yeah, I'm already trying to plan his first birthday party. Then I have to back off. Remember, he's not my kid.
Right.
There you go.
The mom is like, is this my kid or your kid?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's just, I went overboard for Christmas. I went, they're only little once.
Yes.
You know.
And you have to enjoy that time while you can. Like,
And luckily,
No
I have
regrets.
a job.
Right.
You know, we're off enough where I can get in. Because I always
Yeah.
used to say, I'm not going to be one of those grandmas that keep him all the time. I'm just too, boy, if I got to go 3 days without seeing him, I'm just like, look, y'all got to let me come get him. I can't handle it. We FaceTime almost every day. And,
Okay.
and he's got where he recognizes me on the phone and stuff. So, yeah, it's been a fun adventure.
Good.
Like,
good.
it's, when I say he's like the best thing ever, because
Yeah.
I'll get choked up just looking at pictures at him because I'm just so happy that he's here. I've never cried because I was so happy. He's made me cry, and I'm like, what did I do so right in this world to deserve this little dude? And so
I'm so happy for you.
I
That
just,
is.
I'm just. She hears about him all the time.
And did she?
He's great.
I'm always like, I'm that grandma.
Like, watching him grow up with you.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole lead up with her pregnancy, she was group texting.
Yeah, I know. It's like when I got to be in labor, and I learned the labor was so long, I learned I could doze off standing against the wall. But yeah, I'm like he's here. So it's just been, he was a surprise, but he was the best surprise ever. I could have, that's the best thing ever. Huh?
Mine too.
Yeah.
Being me, best thing ever. Never thought,
Oh, I
it's
didn't.
meant.
You hear people talk about being a grandparent, but until you experience it, it just, because in my head I'm like, I'm not that old, but I'm like, well, I'm over 50, so
Right.
it kind of, I
And
am.
with time, fine like wine.
Yep. But it's those moments that's life changing.
Oh yeah, definitely life changing. And 50s are good. Like 50s are
You
awesome.
told me 40s is good too.
40
I
was good,
like,
but
okay.
in 40, like the later 40s, and then things have just gotten better. I don't know if just life in general, but 50s have been awesome. We travel a lot. We loved it. That makes me
What
happy
about your
too.
30s?
I'd rather just skip over
Okay,
that.
I feel it.
That was just hard, I think, just because life in general. And at the time, the job I had was stressful. I taught at OW Homes
Okay.
for 16 years, and I drove a school bus, and it was just life, trying to get this kid to this practice, trying to get that. And at the time, my husband worked shift work, where he might be off in the middle of the week, or he might work 4 to midnight. So it was just, and I was a lot more overweight than like just, you're just trying to survive, you just eat whatever's easiest to get home. I'm leaving the house at 5:30, not get home till 5:30, and just things kind of calmed down and just kind of
Built up to the good life.
And then I got lucky enough to have the job I do now. It just kind of fell in my lap.
Oh.
And
Chris,
Chris is the reason I have this job. I was sitting, it was in June, and it was noon, and I was still in my pajamas. And he called and said, would you be interested? I'm like, what time? Don't need to be there. And it just all kind of worked out. And I couldn't, this job's been the best. We have a good job. In teaching, we have the best job.
and it's certain people like you and Debbie, our other coworker, y'all give me like hope, because y'all are good people.
Oh,
And you have
thank
to
you.
go through things in life, but it seems like y'all lives just keep getting better.
And life, I had some hiccup. Lost my mom when I was 39, and then with my dad, had dementia. And it'll be 2 years next week with him. That was kind of rough, but I can look at things a little bit different now that I'm older. Like things happen the way they're supposed to, and everything, and it makes you either you handle it good or you don't, And I always would they want me being out of shape and unhealthy and sad, and so that was a jump start for me when I lost my mom to kind of start getting into the fitness thing again. She was 62, passed from complications of diabetes, and I was heading right down that same path. So I'm like, I gotta do something, and that's what led. I never expected to be doing what I'm doing now when I started to try to run and do whatever, and
It's the beauty of it.
yeah, and then it turned into, well, now I'm competing and doing well at it and trying to make a name for myself and get my name out there. They want me to get a bigger social media presence, so that's my goal this year, to kind of start
I'm like, I feel you know, neither one of us is the best at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a couple. Like I had a couple of kids at the gym. Can I just give you my Instagram password? Just let you do your thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I need you to hashtag. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've had a few people actually trying to help me with that a little bit, just to get out. If I can get some sponsors and help do that.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
even if it's for paying for protein or
Mhm.
paying an entry fee somewhere, just anything
Yeah.
to help or whatever. And then also, though, I say that I hope other people my age, women my age, or even a little bit younger, can see me and hope, well, she's doing that at 51. I can at least go out and walk a mile every day, or
Right.
kind of motivate people to kind of get moving.
Yeah. Yeah. I love your story.
Oh, thank
I
you.
do.
Glad you came.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm glad I made it. Yeah.
I know third time's a charm. But she had a competition the other time.
That's when I did my powerlifting meet.
Right.
Oh,
I'm like, well,
okay.
You know, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then they gave more stuff to.
Right, true. Everything happens for a reason.
It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we have an organization highlight. Yes. And today we are going to highlight Hope for the Warriors. It's an organization that provides a full cycle of care to service members, veterans, and their families. It focuses on health and wellness, fostering a sense of community, and providing support for those transitioning from military to civilian life. And I think it's the worst when someone gets out of the military and puts their lives at risk and put their lives back at home on hold just to come back. Just to come back and just have troubles fitting into society. Like my daddy and my aunt. I think my cousin was a vet. I don't know.
Lewis is.
Yes, Lewis is.
Marine Corps.
Mm.
Desert Storm.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
That's been a learning process too over the years, just
Mhm.
how to deal with all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's been a
It
journey.
is. And I always think 4th of July or just like New Year's when we're popping firecrackers for entertainment purposes or just for our own satisfaction, when you have someone that's been away or that have served, that's like trauma for them.
Yeah.
That's like,
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is amazing because I noticed it probably a couple years ago, like right before 4th of July. There was a community, I had to be in Cedar Hill maybe. I want to say I was visiting my aunt who stayed in Cedar Hill at the time, and they literally had yard signs saying, be mindful of the warriors that we have, not to pop fire. I'll use it in city limits anyway, but it just, now when I hear it, that's naturally what I think
It's
of.
like a lot of us take a lot of stuff for granted. We take a lot for granted that most of us haven't experienced
Right.
that part of life.
Yep. So true.
Well, yes. So let's hope to try to make Hope for the Warriors smile and see if we can donate to them and help them out. All right. Showcase is the realest. Oh, no. Yeah, Showcase is the realest. Cold like a blizzard. SmileMore the illest. Time to spin the willies.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
We
This
don't
is
do
the
this
fun
enough,
part.
right? I mean, yes.
Everybody's like, oh, yo, this is.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is, I gotta get the and it's on me. It gotta look gangster. Let me move it.
Funny story.
Funny story.
I've been doing CrossFit about 3 months, and they're like, Amy, do this it's just a little local one. You'll do because they have usually 3 or 4, 3 divisions: novice, intermediate, RX. RX is I can do everything and do all the weight. I don't have to change anything.
Okay.
Novice is instead of doing pull-ups, I'm doing ring rows or push-ups or something.
Okay.
So first one ever. I'd never done anything like that in my life. I was still a rookie, and so I did well, and I was tied with this girl for third. And they said, all right, y'all gonna see who can row the most meters or who can row the fastest 500 meters. And we get the rower, and my first meet ever, and there's just probably 50 people around, the two of us. I get going, and I fall completely off the rower. I was just going, I just fell.
Right when you start?
Like a minute in, I fell off the rower, and I'm just like, ugh. And I had to hop back on, and I almost caught her, but so I ended up getting fourth. But I fell off the rower in front of all those people. I was just like, oh my gosh.
That's probably the first thing you thought. Not that I'm losing, but
I'm like, I cannot believe I fell in front of all these people. Yeah, so that was kind of. we always talk about, because I've had people that are still friends, that we all started that together and we're still friends today.
So that's
you
the forming
you
story.
fell off?
Remember,
Yeah,
right?
they're like,
Not when I won or I broke the record, I PR. Y'all remember when I fell off the rower?
Off the rower. I remember when you fell off the rower. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah.
That is a funny story.
Like, I still
Wow.
blush. Just it makes me like, oh my god, I can't believe I did
The
that.
glow up now. Like
Yeah.
this is the same person that fell off the rower.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was my
It's a good story.
Y'all, thank y'all for watching. Always remember, God's got us.
And God's got me.
Peace. Enough said.